Reaction.
We're not gonna know if it just randomly stops.
It won't.
You have no space. Good morning.
What it do? It's a busy breakfast.
A very, very busy breakfast.
Episode number 2.
2. We forgot to introduce ourselves for the first episode, which is kind of embarrassing. If you ask me.
I mean, it's unprofessional, not embarrassing.
Being unprofessional is so embarrassing.
You think?
Yeah.
I like it. I think it shows like that you're a human. I think professional, especially here in Canada, means like rigid and just act like a robot.
Yeah, basically. You gotta be kind of robotic. So introduce yourself.
Introduce yourself.
No, I said first. You introduce yourself. I want to see how you do it.
I think we should introduce ourselves. Like, as far as what we're doing here, why should you come and watch the Busy Breakfast? So, the plan is to just have breakfast, put the camera on, and have some conversations. Talk about random stuff. I don't know, even relationship stuff. You know, we're in a relationship. Relationship stuff, goals that we're setting, you know, our journey and our career paths, whatever, what have you. Emily being a kid. I think that's probably one of the coolest things about this, that you gotta actually kind of watch it yourself, not be a slob. Me, I like
I'm
the
not
fucking,
a slob. It's just the table so
I'm
far.
just saying. Don't try to make excuses.
Not be a slob.
No, because I know I like to gobble my food up, and it's like, I can't really do that on YouTube. Like, I can, but it's not going to make for a good video.
I don't like eating in front of, like, anybody, really. Like,
Well,
you...
face your fears.
Yeah, you have to eat in front of YouTube.
Yeah, in front of the world. But yeah, so that's all we're doing is, you know, setting it up, having a quick convo. Maybe we'll go for, we really don't know the time frame. We're trying to shoot for, like, nice bursts, but maybe we'll go for 15 minutes. Sometimes, last one was an hour. Maybe it'll be a half hour. Maybe it'll be, you know, I think as we grow, we'll get more precise and have a lot more stuff to do with our day. So, you know what I mean? But it's Sunday today, and maybe, you know, maybe different days will be longer. We're still figuring out our scheduling and exactly how we want to do it. But right now we're thinking...
We're going to do it every other day. So okay.
What?
We're not on the level where we're going to finish your sentence. Like, I don't even really know you that well.
There you go. You just did it.
Yeah, we're thinking about doing it every other day. Try and keep it kind of just like interesting but personable, like just general conversations that we just have anyways. And we're like, hey, maybe we should record this and see if people fuck with it. People resonate with the same things we do. If we're having an argument, you be the judge. Please chime in. Pick sides.
Pick sides, everybody.
But we both have like things going on in our life, you know, and we thought maybe this is a good place to come and like talk about stuff, you know, get it off our chest and see if other people resonate with it.
Yeah.
What you got going on?
Well, I just started recording my first album of the year. I really don't know what I want to call it yet. I was thinking about a name this morning where it was Get Rich, Not Comfortable. I like that name because it kind of really speaks for itself. But I don't know. I got a couple other names in mind, like the Power Plant, which is the name of one of the songs off of the last album. I kind of just tend to do that. Well, I did it with a couple songs. Well, I did it with Masagi. I had a song called Stream of Conscious, and the next album was Stream of Conscious. But yeah, that's all I'm up to, is just getting that album done. Drops next week. Dropping that album every 2 weeks for the whole year. So stay tuned for that. If you're watching the rest of the YouTube channel. Woo! Song every Friday. We just dropped Paradise. I dropped it Saturday because I forgot. And I'll admit. But, you know, I didn't forget. I just didn't freaking follow through because I literally said on Friday, I was like, I gotta drop a song. And
I
then,
feel like if you don't do it right when you say it, like you have like ADD.
Mhm,
If you don't do something when you say it, it's just gonna get
don't
postponed.
diagnose me.
I diagnosis. If anybody wants to hear them, drop a comment.
But yeah, nah, for real though. It's one of those things though, you know what I mean, where you just learn not to miss, and like, you know, that's kind of my whole friggin' mantra is just I don't miss, so not gonna happen again. You know, you slip a few times. If you choose to keep falling, you know what I mean, then the joke's on you, type of shit. So we in that bitch. So a song every Friday, album every 2 weeks, a plethora of content for y'all. What are you up to?
No, seriously, there's content like every day, as bright as 4 a.m. If you're not up, I don't know. If you're up that early, you got something to watch. If not, you got like a whole bunch of shit to catch up to when you wake up. That's what I do in the morning. I'm like, what was he up to today? Like, I just woke up and he's already done all of these things. It's pretty crazy. I am crocheting, you know, your girl M, keeping it real, on my latest project. I have no idea where the project's going right now. I just started it. I have 2 balls of yarn, and I'm like, oh, I really want to use this. But that's all I have, so it kind of limits what I can create. And, you know, I'm just deep in that process. He knows how I get it, kind of just obsess over it, you know, overthink it the whole time until something's like finally created. So that's where I'm at right now with it.
And then it comes out amazing.
We'll see how it comes out. Crochet is very like, it's either going to come out cute or it's going to come out like an old lady crocheted you something. And I don't want to be like that.
What's wrong with old ladies crocheting something?
They're so amazing. Old ladies are actually so talented.
I know.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Why
they're
you
crazy. But for an old lady, it's like, oh wow, that's so beautiful. Like for an old lady, you know, like not like that's like modern art or anything. It's like that's art from your generation. It's beautiful. I love it. But I'm trying to do something different. So yeah, I'm deep in the mud in that process. And you know, just trying to keep up with my physical health and mental health, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. So do you think you're gonna bring like a more modern feel to the crochet world? Is that your plan?
I don't want it to die. I don't want crochet to die. And you see big brands like they do these like crochet or knit like shirts and stuff like that, and it looks like modern. Like I know people can make it look modern.
Right.
I think like maybe, I don't know, I need to talk to like a fashion designer or something, but like when they come out with their design, do they think it looks like, they must think it looks beautiful. They're like, oh, this is like the next level, you know what I mean? I just feel like I can't come up with something completely abstract and like that's not out there. I'm like looking for other
Ideas.
designs and stuff that I can create and like copy.
I think that's how you start though. Like they always say, even with like an artist, say a rap artist, like you're always gonna start out sounding like your influencers.
Yeah.
Even with like I remember when I used to draw as a kid, I'd always draw pictures. Like other people could just come up with cool little people or
Little
faces
sketches
and stuff.
and doodles and shit.
I'd always just draw from a picture, but I know if I would have continued to draw, eventually I would have been drawing my own fields.
That's what the fuck they say, right? It's like I would love to make patterns. Going on YouTube and looking for like crochet videos and tutorials and stuff like that, like I realize how hard it is to find nowadays. Everybody is trying to get obviously more money for what they're doing. So like they'll do a crochet video, but the instructions won't be that good because they want to take you to where their pattern is so that you have to pay for their pattern. They'll like leave out some things and make the process a little bit complicated, and it sucks because you just want to be able to create something. You don't want to have to go pay for everybody's stuff.
Right.
I would love to do more like free crochet videos, but like I don't have my own like patterns. I don't know how to make like really anything right now by myself. So like it would just be like, I don't know. Do you guys know watching? Like it wouldn't be a helpful YouTube video. It'd just be like, learn with me, I guess. Or just like something.
I think, like I've always said, like that should be it. Like you gotta start somewhere, and I think people would appreciate your journey from like learning with you, like your content, like right now how your project is, and you're saying I don't know where it's gonna go. I think that's a beautiful moment right there. Like I know it's daunting to say I'm gonna put this out, and then if it doesn't come out, then
Then
have shit to show them. But I think, hey, like, the more better you get at it, like when you made your jacket, you made your own jacket. That process would have been so cool to see the makings of it. You know what I mean? Like the nervousness of it. Like, oh, I don't know. Like, oh, gotta do this arm over. It's a little bit bigger. Whatever the case may be.
Yeah, like that was the case.
Right, but that's what people want to see. They want to see the journey. They want to hear about the doubts and the, you know, that's what I feel like I'm doing with my music career now. It's like a lot of people are like, oh, wow, you dropped a song and, you know, you dropped an album, it didn't get a bunch of views. Oh, you dropped a reel. Oh, nobody likes it. You should probably take it down. It's like, that's people's mentality. And it's just like, no, this is part of my journey. I'm not going to delete this for nobody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the other thing. I forget who we were watching, but they said, like, once you get a whole bunch of likes from something, like this hasn't happened to me, but once you post something and get a whole bunch of likes on that one specific thing, you're chasing that high from, like, the people.
Right.
So if you post something or like you're making something, you're the whole time thinking, is this gonna get as many likes if not more? Like this is a completely different style, different thing from what I previously tried, and if it doesn't get like the amount of likes that I wanted to, then it's a failure and it's ugly. But like no, that's not the case. But that's what happens when you content create. You're kind of like up to the judgment of other people. Whatever they like is what you have to create and keep creating. And then if you don't, then
no, it's not what you have to keep
They might
creating.
like it, they might not. Like, if you think about like any rapper, any like Kid Cudi from his first album, and then when he went to his like rock phase, like people didn't like that. They like the old Kid Cudi, and now they never get the old Kid Cudi back. Like he's on his own like style, his own journey. Same with Andre 3000, onto a flute album.
Yeah, Andre 3000 is basically retiring. Kid Cudi went to he just sucked. That album
didn't suck.
No, the album sucked. The rock shit and all that shit, it just sucked. It wasn't good art. Like people are gonna tell you if the art ain't good. But with that being said, what you said where it's like you have to follow what the people like. It's like, yeah, if it's what you like as well, you know? Like obviously you're gonna take the data and learn from it. Like say if you do a certain style of a thing and you realize that it's not really, you know, what people like from you.
Yeah.
It's like that's okay. But if it's what you like, then maybe you can add some alterations to it, but you don't have to just completely change it because oh nobody likes this. Because that I think that takes away from being a true artist and like people are gonna grab it. If you like it, there's guarantee that someone out there is gonna fucking fuck with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm starting to realize. Like I bet myself up a lot for the first album that I dropped last year, Snowy Palms, because I thought like, oh man, nobody's liking my friggin' melodies, and I should probably just get back to just rapping, which I love rapping by itself anyway. Like it was always what I started out doing is what I love to do, but I think I was just in my head really because I listen to those songs now. I'm like, these are fucking amazing songs, and they're mixed well. Everything's amazing about them. I think I just didn't realize that, hey, nobody's gonna pay attention anyway. Like nobody really cares, and they're gonna like what they like, and people just want to see you. People like what I noticed by dropping 5 albums in 2 months is that every album I showed somebody, they all had a different song that they liked on it.
Right.
Everybody, nobody said, oh. Every time I showed them an album or you know the new album, nobody was like, it wasn't like 5 people that said I like that song, I like that song, I like. Everyone had a different freaking option, you know. So it's just like as long as it's what you like, keep pumping that shit up. Someone's gonna be out there that likes it. You know what I mean? It's like we can't just keep bending towards the audience and thinking like, well, if the audience says this is trash, it's like. Yeah, but do you think it's trash? You know what I mean?
Well, I guess the same goes for Kid Cudi. Did he think the album was trash?
Oh, that was
probably
fucking
really
horrible.
liked it.
I mean, and I bet there is, but I'm
There's
thinking.
probably good songs on there.
I'm saying for the audience that he was catering to before,
Yeah.
now he's catering to a whole completely different audience. When he came with the rock stuff, you can't expect people that listen to rap and R&B and
To,
melodic
like,
stuff to just,
transport
it's just not gonna really happen. It was like Lil Wayne did that too. He made a few rock albums, and I was like the biggest Lil Wayne fan. But if he wasn't rapping on those rock songs, like which he did a few times, I was like, I'm not that guy. Like it's just not what I like. Like it's cool that you picked up a guitar and you want to play rock. I like guitar too. I used to play guitar as well, but I'm not gonna sit there and be a rock star just because you a rock star. Like,
I think if you're a genuine fan, you'll like be with them through the process because you'll understand that like they've made so many. Like it's not up to you to judge, really. It is, but it's not. Like he's made so many amazing albums. Like I'm just talking about Kid Cudi specifically. If he wants to make like an album and like go off his complete genre, then like go for it, man. Like I'm not gonna listen to that one, but I'm gonna check out your next album, see if that's something I mess with, or like I'm still gonna listen to your old songs. Like I still like those.
I think we are here to judge. Like, no, for real though. Like,
no, we're the judge.
You know, we are though. We put art out, and it's to be interpreted. Like, it's not just to be like,
not judged.
It's to be judged. It's to say for people to say I like it or I don't like it. But that doesn't mean that you just totally. I get what you're saying. You don't just totally write off the art and be like, this nigga should quit his career and just continue or never freaking try again. That's the thing. Like you said, like, okay, yeah, he went off there, and then, you know, if he doubles back, or maybe he stays over there for like 3 years and then he comes back. Who cares? I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, like, go ahead and do your thing, but we still gonna have an opinion on it. Like, we're not just gonna be like, oh, you know, he's an artist. No, buddy. We want good art. That's what makes us feel good. We know what feels good to us. I know what feels good to me, you know. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. Like you said, if it feels good to him, it feels good to him.
What do you think about cancel culture?
Cancel culture is fucking. We do cancellations. I don't know what the fuck them motherfuckers is talking about. Like, we cancel people. Can't nobody cancel me. I cancel the motherfucking culture.
He's gonna get canceled so fast. Like,
I
just
do.
The things you say? Okay.
I do those shits. But yeah, no, I think that, like, at the end of the day, you know, we always gotta put love first, and we gotta put, like, you know, like, I think we'll never fully understand where each other is coming from without a sense of, like, compassion and just kind of, like, you know, understanding that, like, you know, we're never going to fully understand other people. So I think the whole cancel culture is just like, it needs to be like, you know, I mean, just saying the freaking, just trying to actually explain it is just like, it sounds bullshit because, hey man, if someone wants to call somebody out of fucking name and shit, we got to look at that person and just understand where they're at and leave it at that. Like, I don't get why we're like, cancel them or cancel him. It's like, then don't. Like, with the whole thing with Balenciaga, like, you still see people rocking Balenciaga and shit like that. It's like, it's just a
canceled for 1
trend.
second that people were like, oh my god, this is so wrong. And then you go back to the same.
They're like, but I have a bunch of this stuff, so I'm not going to throw it away.
Because that's expensive to sell, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, let's just, no. Like, you know, oh, let's not listen to Tory Lanez, or let's not listen to whoever, Boozy, whatever. Who gives a fuck? It's just like, but when they drop a song, you're going to listen. So, like, let's just not, like, it's just a trend. I think it's a trend.
It's only going to last for a certain period of time, like R. Kelly. We all know what the man did. But I can guarantee you that everybody that said they took him off their playlist, no, you've gone and listened to some of his songs. Like, people are like, oh, I'm going to listen to the song still, though, I don't care. Because the man made good songs. Like, yeah, he did a whole bunch of, like, vile, gross things, but he made really good music. Like, arguably some of the best music.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can't, you know, you can't judge somebody. You can't judge somebody's art off of, like, the person they are, in a sense. You know, you have to separate the artist from the art. Like, the art is the art. It's meant for us to, like, judge the art. It's a different entity than the artist. You know, that person's a murderer, a drug dealer, or whatever. We gotta take their stories for what they are. If they're negative and they impact our life in a negative way, and we don't like it, then leave it alone. If you actually found beauty in it and it was actually something that you enjoyed, cool. But as far as the person, they need to be ridiculed.
They need to be ridiculed. I see clips of some people that are like getting canceled for shit they said back in the day. Like, they'll be like, old clip resurfaced of this person saying this, and then cancel them. Like, what? Why are we canceling people for shit that we should have, like, corrected them on when it first happened? Is it because like the internet wasn't really a thing back then, so we just didn't really get the chance to all put our like 2 cents in, and now we're like, oh, let's do that. It doesn't really make any sense to me. So it would be like back in 1990, this person said this, like.
Yeah, it's like it's stupid.
So why do
They
I
were
care
like
right
13.
now? They were the completely different person at that point. It's like something could be happening to them right now, and they use the situation in the past to escalate that situation.
It's a typical, just like the people you know, or say people that don't like you. They probably don't like you for something that happened 3-4 years ago, but what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You gotta leave those people back in 3-4 years in the past and keep moving on with your life. I think that's all that whole shit is. It's like, leave it alone, live and let live, you know what I mean?
Live and let live. That's true. I think that's true.
Mm-hmm. So goals and things like, I think I'm having a good go at getting comfortable with setting goals, working towards them. I think that's the beauty for me, is like really getting comfortable with working towards your goals. Like, I think we all get so caught up in the results and the views and the likes and the what people think of us and all that stuff, instead of actually just going forward and putting in the work and putting in the time. I think everybody's really so scared of the actual work it takes. Like, if you're out of shape, you're not really, don't act like you don't want to get in shape. You are just scared of the work. You're scared of what people think. You're scared of
how hard it's gonna be, like how you're gonna feel doing it. What if you stop doing it? Like, there's so many different factors. It's weird when you set a goal, like, you really, really want to accomplish it, but your mind is telling you to do everything except for that goal. It's like, okay, I know my goal, I'm gonna go do that, but first I'm gonna do all these things, and then maybe I'll get back to that thought, and I really am gonna do it though. Like, that is my goal. I really want to do that, but I actually forgot I have to do this one thing first. Like.
Yeah, just basically the procrastination sets in, and just distractions and all that stuff.
I wonder why that is. Like,
it's our human nature to stay comfortable. It's our human nature to reserve our energy. So instead of going for a job, our body and our DNA is telling us, no, eat a friggin' cookie.
Yeah, like, sit down. What if a bear comes? We need to like rest so we can prepare and attack. That is really true. It's more in our nature to feel like comfortable and safe. But like, I saw a post today, and it's like, it's never going to feel like the right time to start. It's never going to feel comfortable. You're never going to feel fully prepared. You just have to jump, basically.
The right time to start was yesterday.
I hate that. It's like, fuck, I'm already late. Like, what am I gonna do?
Get started.
Didn't.
Get started. That's the whole point of it. You know you should have. You didn't. That's why it's like, okay, now is the chance.
Right.
Opportunity is right here in front of your face. That's all that quote really means. It's like, tomorrow is only gonna be the exact same quote.
Tomorrow is gonna feel like today. Like,
yesterday.
You might as well just start putting. You're never gonna get to the next spot if you don't just put one foot in front of the other and start walking. You can't just be like, well, maybe eventually my legs will feel like it someday.
Not gonna happen.
It's very frustrating, and it's a very lonely process too. When you decide to stick to something, it kind of feels like a lot of people in your life just like dwindle away, or they just don't fit that goal anymore.
Yep. I think I'm writing a song right now. Like, the first song I'm recording for this album was one I wrote this morning, and I think it's called The Hangover. And the hook is like, remember when I used to get hangovers. No, remember when I used to get a hangover. Quit drinking. Now they don't come around. I guess the hangover. And then I said, quit drinking. Now they don't come around. Guess the hangover. Look how they burnt the bridge while they hanging over. and they know this shit's a wrap. The singing's over. Did you leave a friggin' tinfoil? Are you trying to kill me?
My bad. You found that there.
Guys, I was supposed to die on camera.
Yeah.
Oh,
good
frick.
shit. That'll get them views. You want to be a star? You want to be a star? I thought that's what you wanted to do here. Frick.
Oh, frick. A falling star. But yeah, like, it is a lonely road, and people do tend to, separate themselves. But they watch you too. I think the verses I'm talking about on that song is how I know y'all watching. I know y'all see exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting it out there for you to watch. So any excuse you want to make, oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, I don't want to work. Oh, I don't want to make music. Oh, I don't want to get money. I don't want to try to build a social media platform. Cool. And I don't want to be around anybody that doesn't want to do any of those things. You don't want to make music. You don't want to exercise. You don't want to freaking build a business. Cool, bro. Go drink and party, do drugs, smoke a bunch of weed, freaking watch TV, play video games. Look. Congratulations, you just fucked yourself. Literally. I'm dead ass. Because, like, people think they're going to get somewhere with that shit. Where are you getting at playing a video game for 5 hours, 6 hours out of the day? Like, I would be appalled. I would never sit around anybody ever again in my life.
Unless you're actually on, like, YouTube doing that shit, it's just a waste of time. Like,
even
if you
then,
did
come
that,
on, bro.
well,
How old are you?
People make so
12?
much money. Didn't you have a client that was doing that?
I had a friend back in the day. He actually was from Switzerland, but I met him here in Ottawa. And, yeah, he made, like, thousands and thousands of dollars a week playing a video game. But that's what I'm saying. Is like, he made that from, like, actually getting in with the right people, putting in the effort, making it a reality for himself. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna build a business like that and that's what you're doing, then yeah. But what are you gonna just play the game for 5 years until someone comes and approaches you and says, "Hey, do you want to come join our team and get paid?" No, you gotta actually scout out those companies and like actually try to show your worth and get your numbers up and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? I'm not putting any grind against anybody, but if that's not what you want to do, but you're just trying to distract yourself and waste time and just, eat fucking a bag of Cheetos and sit on the couch and play a fucking video game all day while you're freaking...
It's comfortable. Like,
exactly.
It's definitely comfortable, but he's right. It's not going to get you anywhere at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately. Life is a lot. It just never stops. That's one thing you learn as an adult. Like, life isn't going to stop for anything. You're sick, cool. Get up and keep going to work. Mm-hmm. You're hungry, you gotta make that food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I think one of the best things that helped me really change my mind is to realize that every day is just another day. It's not like Saturday is the day you rest, or like, oh, it's the weekend, or oh, it's Christmas, oh, it's my birthday, so I should totally fuck off. Like, you know what I mean? Of course you should have those moments and those times where you look at what you've done and you freaking, you know what I mean? Like, you pat yourself on the back and you actually appreciate your accomplishments. But I think we take those times after we didn't even do shit. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like we take all the fun out of a birthday celebration or a Christmas time when it's like, you can't even get your kids what they asked for.
Yeah.
Why? Because you didn't apply yourself. There's no other reason why. Like, you know what I mean? We all look at, the economy's crashing. Oh, like, no, you work for the man and you only make X amount and you don't have any other outcomes, you know what I mean? You don't have any other outcomes for income. It's just, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? But
it's the same because things are only going to get harder, like economically. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
And people already aren't prepared. Like, damn, shit's getting expensive.
Even just talking like that, like.
Yeah, you hate when I say shit's expensive.
Yeah, because I feel like My client actually yesterday, we had a good, cool conversation, and he's like a real estate dude. He's not a real estate agent. He just invests. He's an investor. He invests in real estate property. He sells it. He just does business. So he's going to Toronto to help with work on a restaurant that just opened up from one of his friends. They're just working on business and stuff, right? But he said to me that his girlfriend looked at him and said, I've known you for this long, and you've never once said that you don't have it, or like you don't, like you're broke, or like what I mean, like you just he's like, and how he explained it is that and she's like, because he tells me, he told me, like, he'll take losses, and he's not afraid to take losses in business and whatever, what have you, but his main thing is that he invests in assets, not liabilities. He buys, every time he gets some money, he always tries to buy an asset, something that's going to bring him back money. Yeah. He never wastes and spends all his money on liabilities and then looks around wondering why he ain't making any money. He's like, if he spends his money, he had many times when he spent his money on liabilities or assets and it didn't work out, but he learns how to not, it's business. He learns how to not take that personal, take the loss, and keep moving on. One of them's gonna work.
Yeah.
Right?
Don't like just call yourself an idiot and give up.
Right. And so like he literally was just like, that's why she never ever really had to worry. And like he said, when he did take the L's and stuff, he wouldn't go to her and worry her. And say, I just lost this, I just spent all this money on this business, I hope it works out, or whatever, the deal didn't go through, blah, blah, blah. He said he takes it to the chin when it doesn't happen, and when he does work, he keeps investing back. When he gets that chunk from the investment, he puts it back into more assets to just continue to grow. He's like, people in my life, my family, my friends and stuff, they think I'm Mr. Rich Guy. He's like, no, I just follow the process of continuing to invest the money I do get instead of just going to spend it so that I have to ask people for money again. Like, you know what I mean? So I have to look around, where's the money? It's like, no, I make sure that I keep that thing flowing. I take 50, put it into something that's going to give me 70. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's the mindset we need to have. We can't be saying things are expensive. We got to watch what's expensive. Because if we're going to buy a house and it's expensive, but we can sell it for more than what we bought it for, then that's a good expense to have. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if we're talking about just groceries and stuff like that, it's like, then we should probably live with more within our means and look towards buying and spending our money on things that are going to bring in more money, so that we don't have to say something's expensive, because we're continuing to make our money more abundant as we go, right? It's always going to be expensive if you never invest in anything to continue to grow your money. Because the money's just going to keep draining out. You're going to keep buying stuff, draining out. Buying stuff, draining out. Like.
So you think like rich people don't think shit's expensive?
No, not at all.
I think
we're not rich people. Well, no, because I think at the end of the day, see, that's what I'm saying. A person that makes a lot of money is not a rich person. A person that knows what to do with their money is a rich person. I think you could take everything from a actual person that really made it rich, not somebody that just got an inheritance and they just have a lot of money in the bank. Someone that actually took the risk and did what they needed to do to obtain a real legitimate bigger amount of wealth. I think that those people, they understand that, hey, I'll go work at McDonald's. That's what he told me. He said his mother told him just to keep working or whatever. He said he worked at warehouses, like, you know what I mean? Like, just like anywhere he could. And he said it, and one of his main traits, he said that everyone knows about him that knows him, is that he'll outwork everybody around him. Yeah. And it's just like, they know that, hey, it's like, I'm gonna work my ass off to get to the bag and get the bag. And when I get the bag, I'm not gonna blow it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's just the principle that we all need to keep. It's really simple. We all try to make it we try to make it so convoluted and just be like, no, well, I need enough to buy a house, and if I don't, then I just gotta go spend this on friggin' alcohol, weed, and a friggin' vacation. It's just like, then the money's gonna be gone, and now you have to start from zero again. Like,
yeah, that's the problem.
Right? Yeah.
If you get money and don't invest it in something that's gonna bring you back money, then you're just gonna lose the money.
Mm-hmm. Might as well be pissing it up.
Basically, it's such a sin.
Yeah.
Almost feels like what food is. It's just like you spend so much money on shit that you just like eating and shitting out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why it's like a game. It's like you have to figure out, okay, what can I spend money on that's gonna put that money back in my pocket instead of just keep peeling it up, you know?
Mm-hmm. Property seems like a decent investment.
Of course. People always need somewhere to stay. People always need a restaurant to go to or a corner store, commercial real estate. You always need a Canadian Tire or something, you know? Having property.
Yeah, I wonder how businesses are going to be affected. Like, I don't know if you've heard of the, I know you have, but have you heard of the 15-minute cities where they're going to be building cities and everything that we need is going to be 15 minutes away from us, like within 15 minutes? I think walking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like grocery stores, like clothing stores, playgrounds, whatever, it's all going to be within 15 minutes off. A doctor's office. So I wonder how that's going to affect like everything. Businesses, people aren't going to want to stay within 15 minutes radius of their place.
I think it's gonna affect the sheep, the people that don't learn to develop wealth and to be able to make moves for themselves. That's what it's gonna affect. The people that live between, that go to work and come back and don't try to provide businesses for people or jobs for people and actually, you know, take life into their own hands. That's what it's gonna affect. Because I can't see someone telling me I can't go 15 radius of our house.
And obviously they're not going to start it that way. They're just going to get you comfortable with having everything within 15 minutes. And then there's going to be something that happens that's going to be like, you have to stay in that 15-minute area.
Mm-hmm. Gonna be another virus.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be, it's going to be crazy times. Perfect time to have kids, bring them up in the world.
Yeah, I don't even like to dive into those stupid ideologies of what people want the world to be. I think that's just more of a reason why we should keep pressing forward to make our world and the world around us better in what we want it to be, you know? Make change. You can only make change by actually making some change. Like going to make some money and actually having a say in where you are, really. If this is a 15-minute city, they want to have that here, and they start making all these laws of da-da-da-da-da-da, then hey, take the money, go invest in another country, get your visa, get your passport, get your citizenship, and get the hell out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, y'all ain't telling me where I'm going to put my wealth at. It is mine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, but you can't do that if you don't even have wealth to begin with, or like, you know,
Yeah.
you don't get a say. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think that kind of sums it up for what we want to get at today.
We're going to make them more, not organized, but we're going to have more of a game plan, I think.
No, I like it. I think it's cool when it's just like
Organic.
Yeah, like I feel like we just obviously have some topics to kind of get the ball rolling and stuff, but
Yeah.
I think it should just be a natural conversation. I feel like even now, just like how we're ending is like we're kind of like, oh, what next? And it's just like, man, nothing. Like, you know, we'll cut it off here, click,
Yeah.
like whatever. Like, don't matter, you know, whatever feels natural and right, you know. Because I think that takes the planning out of it. Like, it takes not the plan, like not that we don't need a plan, but like it takes the, you know, like if I feel like if we're trying to be too structural and stuff, it takes the magic of just having a regular conversation, just chopping it up, you know.
I like the idea of like when people actually watch this, like if they had a comment for like a topic that they wanted us to talk about or like something that we could go off of, like I think that's a cool idea because like, where do you guys want it? Like, do you want our opinion on something? What do you guys want to hear? I don't know. Do you want our random opinions? Like,
No, I know.
ask us
What
anything.
do they think about
Yeah, I wonder what they think.
euthanasia?
Man,
I don't even know what that is.
crazy.
I don't even know.
I when you put people to sleep.
I thought it was like youth in Asia.
Oh my god, no. No, you didn't think that.
I swear. I knew that there was. I knew it had a double meaning.
A double meaning, no. It has a single meaning. It's not euthanasia.
There's clearly euthanasia.
Well, yeah, but this. Oh my god. Anyways, we need to end this. This is it.
You got me laughing on my phone.
This is the part that I'm gonna use. There's
I know.
clearly euthanasia. Like, shut up.
Like there's no double. Yeah, but
I'm
clearly.
tuning that fucking camera. You have anything else to say?
Bye, y'all.
Like.
It was a good breakfast.